Today we're reacting to rapper exposes this about Brittany Renner's cheeks. Shout out to O'Shea, but I saw this and I seen them, Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates kind of moving around together. But the big reason is because we see Brittany Renner, right, do this whole 180 with her career. Great. If that's, you know what I'm saying, great. You know what I'm saying? But it just, I don't know. I guess I'm not so tapped in with her that it feels a little bit unauthentic, a little like she's, I don't know. Let's get into it.
There is an active debate going on between black men for many years. The debate is once a hoe, always a hoe.
If you cut hair once, wait, what's the thing? What's the thing, y'all? If you cut hair once, does that make you a barber? Wait, hold on. That doesn't apply for this. Sorry, that doesn't apply for this. My bad. Everybody disregard that. That's on me. My bad.
Now, many men can agree that a man can change his life. If you look at an ex-drug dealer, ex-gang member, ex-pimp, it's possible to see that person changing their life with a 180-degree turn. But on the contrary, most black men would not believe that a woman who was promiscuous could ever change her ways. Once a hoe,
I feel like she can change her ways, but I feel like, especially like same thing with a nigga, but it's like depending on how your thought process is, you could be thinking like it's the work has been done. You feel me? You are already thrown off. You know what I'm saying?
hoe, always a hoe. And a good person to take a diagnosis of would be Brittany Renner. You see, Brittany Renner was a crash out, a person who used her body to get attention, a person who openly talked about sex and indulged in all kind of buffoonery and drunk alcohol on the internet. And then of course, she did make a 180. She no longer dressed very sexual, she became a Muslim, and she even presented herself as an upstanding woman.
I have not been on a date since I've been Muslim. Now, there have been plenty of married Muslim men in my DMs, and just because it's permissible does not mean I have to sign up for it. I didn't come this far to be one of several, so let's be very crystal clear on that.
She still got, you know, her mannerisms and all that.
You
I see.
go without sex for an extended amount of time, and you are honoring yourself in a way that you never have before. You really start to see where people are leaking their energy, where they lack discipline. And there's nothing more unattractive than someone who lacks discipline. I like my men disciplined and a little militant. So when you don't choose you, there could never be an us. A lot of men think I need more of something to feel more. Babe, you need to go deeper. The only thing that can quench lust is love.
I don't know how I feel about her trying to teach me some shit. You trying to teach me some shit? You? Because now that you are part of the Nation of Islam, now you want to teach me something? But what about all that past history? So I guess it is the case. Once one, always. Not always. I don't think she is that anymore. I don't think she is that. I think she's changed her ways. But it's just like, how you gonna come on here and when you was, am I tripping?
The only thing that can quench lust is love.
And wasn't you the one that hit that one basketball nigga and then y'all had the baby and then you were trying to get the...
Please understand that. And if you have so much love to give and you ain't got no one to give it to right now, give it to yourself.
As we have heard Brittany Renner say, she's not open to being somebody's second wife. She's not open to having sex. She's living her life in purity. And I understand that, and give her a round of applause for doing that.
Yeah. I can appreciate that.
As of late, we've been seeing her hanging out with Kevin Gates. And that's something interesting in itself, because he's also a so-called Muslim. But
that nigga right there be talking about he need that.
How do we get here? It all started when Aaron the plumber was on Erica Mena's show, and Aaron
Really?
the
This
plumber was
correlates?
hating on some guys trying to get Erica Mena's favor. Once Kevin Gates saw that, he decided to crash out on Aaron.
I don't think he right for Erica. I seen him talking to another and they went upstairs. And what? Stop jumping in front. Stop jumping in front of my. Help me get this. You don't hurt me from getting this. Oh,
You help me get this. You know, this nigga remind me of what just the older YB.
if you would have walked off, I'd have been like, I ain't never seen my partner this happy. Whatever you doing, sweetie, just keep it up. You know what I'm saying? He really with you. You doing all these out behind a hoe with kids.
Aaron the plumber replied to that.
Alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh. It's your Bradesky, Aaron the plumber, Kevin Gates. I've seen your video. All I can say is, I just try to be an entertainer. Same way you entertain on the internet, I try to entertain. I try to change the perception of these women. A lot of women didn't like me from Pop the Balloon. I was just trying to show that.
I'll say this real quick. For a nigga that's always with that rah-rah, he was a little calm on it, talking to Kevin Gates. This nigga got a little calm. How you doing? Good, sir. I just wanted to come to you correctly as a man and just say, when other niggas it'd be a little bit more rah-rah though. Am I mistaken?
I stand on business.
Nigga went back and niggas was at work. Shout out that nigga Aaron the plumber too. I rock with that nigga.
Behind my woman, just because she's a single mother, that doesn't mean she's not qualified. Single mothers are qualified for me. I know most men don't like single mothers, but it is what it is, Bradesky.
Kevin Gates, realizing that it was Ramadan and Aaron the plumber was also Muslim, responded nicely and talked about single motherhood in his own right.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm talking to Aaron. I got your message. I got your video, brother. I did not know that you was Muslim. I pray that you find it in your heart to forgive me if I was offensive. But I think what I said was misinterpreted. What I was saying is I want for my brother what I want for myself. What I was saying is I'm never going to get in nobody way or interfere with nobody from having their way with a beautiful woman. That's like if I see that the woman wants you or the woman wants somebody else and don't want me. Hey, she didn't choose me, so may the best man win. I'm not going to jump in front of that and try to stop that from happening. And then as far as what you said about the woman with kids, I don't have a problem with a woman with kids. I'll take a woman with 3, 4, 5 kids. I'm not tripping on that. They our kids now. But that's not my first prayer to God. I didn't say, God, please bless me with a beautiful woman that got children that's not mine.
In that clip, he talked about the fact that he don't mind having a lady that has kids, but he's not asking Allah to send somebody with kids. That's not his first prayer, because Kevin Gates would probably want to deal with a woman that didn't have kids. That's interesting because we'll need that information later on. Now, fast forward. Now, as we know, Brittany Renner pulled up to DDG stream with guess who? It was with Kevin Gates. And that's interesting because, well, they do have a little bit of a history. And remember when Brittany Renner saw Kevin Gates and finally met him, it was a lot of sexual tension.
Hi everyone, my name is Brittany Renner and I'm here with the one and only Kevin Gates.
Jesus Christ.
How you feeling?
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you inspire me. Thank you so much.
And thank you. Let me tell you something. So my first Rolling Loud I did in 2019 is when I first saw you. Yeah. And you were actually, Will and I worked together, and you were the only person that I wanted to see the entire festival. And today in 2022, it still rings true. You were the only person I wanted to see.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing now. Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
Brittany Renner would go on to be in Kevin Gates' videos for music videos. They would hang out. They would be seen together. But it's interesting because Kevin Gates was married to Drika, and I believe is still legally married to Drika, although Drika Gates, his wife, is not following him right now on Instagram. We also saw the two of them hanging out in the car, singing and stuff and enjoying each other's time. But this clip takes the bait.
You know, Bay about to read me a little bit out one of my favorite little books. You go back. Just pick anywhere. You can read me the subtitle. No. I just like how your voice sounds reading the words.
The fuck? The fuck am I watching right now? This is one. Oh shit! Hold on. I just remembered the initial thing O'Shea said was once a hoe, always a hoe, right? And she also said that she wasn't trying to be with somebody who was with somebody else. And if he, Kevin Gates, at one point was trying to get with Erica Mina, whatever. He also right now married to somebody, even though they might not be in whatever. I don't know that situation. Nobody do. But then so in reality, she could be on some third shit. I see. It's all connecting now. Okay. Interesting. But you know what could be happening? This nigga could just be talking a good game. Kevin Gates just know how to talk a good game in regards to like, you know, oh, I got you. And she already was lusting over this nigga early on. He just finessed it. Oh, I got her. Watch how I talk this good game to her.
You're retarded, babe.
That's how you test a bitch more until I rebuild this.
That's how you wait.
I ain't say that, babe. But
That's
go ahead.
how you wait?
What's taking so long, man? I'm trying
Oh, you trying to see if I can read
And
it real?
Carter,
please.
Babe, I'm a good ass reader.
Let me hear.
When I was in school, I would always be the one. Me next.
Okay, why you ain't saying that right now?
Because I'm trying to see where it starts.
Come on, I'm paying attention.
The single most important practice in Stoic philosophy.
Oh man, that's bad.
Did I say that wrong? That's not how you say it. Say it.
Stoic.
Now, mind you, I believe in the car they might have been holding hands and stuff like this, but they're laying in the bed, they are reading, and Brittany Renner, who's supposed to be a Muslim woman, should not be having Kevin Gates in the same bed as her, but it's okay. I understand they're both celebrities, so the rules can be probably bent because they're both black. Got him! But if we go back to that initial interview, you can see that Brittany Renner was enamored with Kevin Gates, okay? And she was so excited. She loved what she saw, and she was infatuated with this man. And she's always been infatuated with this man. So what does that really tell us, guys? Well, Brittany Renner may be a great Muslim lady for everybody else.
Yeah.
She might not want to date anybody else, or
just
be a
take the
second
right
wife to anybody else,
motherfucker.
or even be promiscuous with everybody else. But that doesn't mean he won't be promiscuous with Kevin Gates. Because to Kevin Gates, it doesn't matter if she's a Muslim. It doesn't matter if she's a Christian. When it's Kevin Gates, she's gonna give up those cheeks. Booty clap yourselves. And you guys need to understand, this is how it's gonna be for a lot of ladies you come across. Not everyone.
That's gonna say, listen, y'all, let me break something down to y'all. It just takes the right motherfucker, the right person, maybe the right way to get spoken to. Maybe it's the way that they look. This is scary, but it's the truth. It's reality. There's a situation, I was younger, this girl used to tell me that I shot at this girl when I was younger, and she told me, you know, she don't like light-skinned guys. That same night I met her, she's like, but I guess I'll give you the number, whatever. That same night, she was doing all types of twerking, playing, all on the phone. That same night that I met her. You feel me? But she didn't like light-skinned guys. I've told a story about this before. I might have mentioned it even on this channel before. But I say all that to say, that's why I just give a brief bit of that story. It just takes the right motherfucker. That's all.
We don't want to say everybody, but it would be a lot because there's always one person who has access. Storytime music. There was this chick that was a really devout Christian that I liked. I'm talking about she is bad. Not was bad, still is bad. Stupid fat booty, feminine, beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous. I could not get to first base with this chick at all. Me and every other guy in Africa, right? Just ain't got a chance. But the pastor always had a chance. And you would see that she would post him, she would post his ministry, she would post everything else. And the guy wasn't like exceptionally rich or exceptionally, you know, I would say maybe handsome or whatever like that. And this is a normal guy. But the reality was that he had her ear. So to the rest of the people that she wasn't interested in, there was no way that anybody else could get that box. But for that pastor, he was able to get those cheeks and everything else, even her tithing money. And this is kind of what I want guys to understand when you're dealing with ladies and they have some sort of boundaries or certain sort of rules. You know, a lot of ladies might hit a guy with something like the 90-day rule, or I'm not doing this until marriage. And I'm not saying that that can't happen for a lot of ladies, or, you know, that might not be the truth. But the reality is there's always a guy that don't have to follow those rules. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes you don't have to follow those rules. A lot of times you do have to follow those rules. And if they like you a lot, they will bend those rules for you, and you'll be able to do that, and they'll go ahead and they'll live their normal life in hypocrisy as if nothing is happening. You mean to tell me that if Kevin Gates wanted to clap Brittany Renner's cheeks, he could not? She would say, oh no, we can't do this because I'm Muslim. Wrong. She probably wouldn't do that. She's probably very attracted to the guy, and they probably have done that before. So what would be the reason why she wouldn't do it now? And if Kevin Gates is still legally married, then Brittany Renner is committing a sin because she's dealing with a man that's married. But it don't matter when you're exceptionally attracted to a person. You will go ahead on and break those rules and let him get off in those cheeks. Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Dude Jackson. Back.
Y'all said bless you. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, sub up, comment up, binge with your channel. I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm great for y'all, man. And we gone. ADD lad, do it.